Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Invariably, internet usage has surged dramatically in the wake of this coronavirus pandemic and the social distancing guidelines being signed into executive law by various governors. How else are we supposed to spend our downtime in a way that's fun and, for many folks, productive, since working on the internet, working from home, is how many people spend their time. But in our downtime, if it gets too much, might I suggest surfing the web back in time to the year 2000, an era when the dot-com boom was in full force and where several of the world's greatest websites were starting to take shape and or were already making an impact. I present to you a game that will allow you the chance to take stock of several of these websites and in turn own a piece of American history. Monopoly, the dot-com edition, manufactured in the year previously mentioned 2000 from Parker Brothers and Hasbro, purchased for $4.99 and for 25% off, same price yet different discount like the Monopoly Empire game I reviewed a while back. So, same game, different iteration, definitely appropriate considering these circumstances, and also the first Monopoly game I ever bought because, hello, it's about the internet. The internet is my means of communication to you and to others. This is the second Monopoly game, by the way, I reviewed behind Monopoly Empire. So, I don't know, kind of a converse way how we're going with this, reviewing Monopoly. And I am also looking for Monopoly Riverdale Edition. I know, it sounds disgusting, but it's Riverdale. So be it. But let's get to Monopoly the .com edition. Before we take a look at what's inside, let's talk about aesthetics in regards to the box. I love how this looks like a Apple Safari web page. On the top we have the URL, monopoly.com, that's the website. Under here would be the URL. We have your search, travel, stock market, news, and weather buttons on the top. We have your minimize and full screen buttons on the top right corner and your adjust screen button right here on the bottom right corner. And we have your upward and downward arrows. And we have your close button. Here, I'll turn this so you can see it. The close button right here. Oh, that's too much. Sorry. And yeah, I am messing the inside of this box up severely. I actually took the liberty of organizing everything for you to make this look presentable because when I originally purchased this, it was extremely disorganized. This has been in mass production for over a decade. This is the close button, by the way. And you all see the price tag, $4.99. Anyway, this gives you an opportunity to own several of these hot websites. From top to bottom, Yahoo, Excite at Home, Lycos, eBay, CBSMarketWatch.com, Monster.com, CNET, iVillage.com, and my favorite, eOnline, my favorite among the list. Because if I was to take stock in the purchase of eOnline.com, I would inevitably be taking stock in a part of the Kardashian empire. And in hindsight, that would be a shame I wouldn't wash away. But it's the only entertainment-based site on there, and it has e-news, so that would be my favorite. A good trade-off would be Entertainment Tonight, but that's not listed on here. I do, however, need to congratulate ET on reaching its 10,000th episode less than a month ago, and to commend executive producer Aaron Johnson on being the only one within that group to step up to the plate and acknowledge the E.T. fans. Because without them, no E.T. Look at that. Well, not too bad in terms of messing up the inside here. Again, I wanted to take the opportunity to make this look presentable before I reviewed it. So, we have your money in increments of $1 million, $10 million, $50 million, $500 million. Substantial increase from previous and successing Monopoly games. Is that a word? Successing. The Monopoly iterations successors to this. So let's take a look at the contents in this game. This is also the instruction and gameplay manual. What's the game? What's the same? What's different about this? Are you ready to log on and hyperlink your way to overnight fame and fortune in the exciting world of e-commerce? There are some special gameplay instructions for this edition. If you have never played the classic Monopoly game, and I never have, refer to the standard rules of the classic game beginning on page 4. Then turn back to these 2 pages to learn about the extra features of the .com edition and the differences between this and the standard game. The various sites and companies are grouped as follows. In portals and search engines, we have Yahoo, It's Site at Home, Lycos, AltaVista, and Ask Jeeves. Nowadays, it's simply known as Ask.com. For business, we have CBS MarketWatch, Monster, and E-Trade. For information, we have CNET, About, and Weather. That would be the Weather Channel's website, weather.com. For shopping, we have eBay. I'm quite familiar with eBay. Expedia and Priceline. For entertainment, we have E-Online. Again, that's the only entertainment-related website in terms of pop culture and celebrities. And of course, we bring Hollywood home in a bunch, so that's the only Hollywood-related website in this list. Games.com and Sockrave, also in the entertainment group. For communication, we have iVillage, Oxygen, and GeoCities. Oxygen, of course, is a product of Oprah, and iVillage, the women's network, would actually be my second favorite. For sports, because you gotta have sports in this game, you have FoxSports.com and Sportsline. We have utilities, by the way, of Sun Microsystems and Linux. And for connectivity providers, we have AT&T, MCI, WorldCom, Sprint, and Nokia. There is an offline rule here that is optional, which provides you an ulterior gameplay suggestion. So here we have the rules for the classic game, and the differences between that and this iteration of the classic Monopoly game. For example, go directly to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200 million in lieu of $200, and that's just for starters. Equipment, we have the game board, 8 pewter tokens, plus Mr. Monopoly offline token, that is a special token, and it's bigger than all the rest. Title deed cards, download and email just-in cards, 32 household and 12 office tokens, 2 dice, play money, and plastic banker's tray, and a plastic storage tray. Plus, a brief history of the classic game itself. You don't get summaries on each of the websites in here like you would do in Monopoly Empire with the brands. But you do get several more variations for shorter versions of Monopoly.com edition. So here we have, first off, the tokens. This is the special Mr. Monopoly token. That's Mr. Monopoly surfing the web on his desk with his computer in his standard Mr. Monopoly wardrobe, suit and bow tie, and top hat. Here we have the tokens, and by the way, these tokens are awesome to look at. Not only are they practical, but they look darn cool. For example, we have a You Got Mail-like token right here, in the form of a hand holding an envelope. We have what appears to be this token, which looks like a computer monitor. We have a mouse, very clever entendre here, double entendre, a computer mouse, which looks like an actual mouse, but it's a token. We have a screen bug, like how you would debug a computer application or a computer itself. Here we have a combo of a monitor and PC. Cool token right there. We have a token here that says .com. That is in the display of a web page, and www. So you can fill in the blank there. www. Anything really. .com. Another cool token in here. We already discussed the email token. How about this? A mouse click. You see that? That is the icon for you to click on something. There you go. Oh, this one deserves special mention. See this? This is a surfboard. See? As in you're surfing the web. And here are the download and just got it cards right here. Download and email just got in cards. And they both serve separate yet equally important purposes. So this is the email card. For example, your 56K modem actually connects at 56K. You would collect $50 million. They're all colored, by the way, these money cards, so you know exactly which is which. The download card. Equally important. You have won second prize in a design contest. Collect $10 million. Other increments in money. We have $20 million in green. And in pink we have $5 million. And we also have $100 million, and that would be in yellow. $50 million is in blue, $500 million is in orange, $10 million is in yellow. Wait a second. $100 million, by the way, in a darker, more tinted yellow, and $10 million in a much more brighter sun-like yellow, and $1 million in gray. So again, they're all color-coded, which makes it very easy for you to tell which is which. We also have the title deeds and several other cards here in this slot. I kept the E title deed on top because, again, it's my favorite. Title deed E online went $12 million, with one household $60 million, with two households $180 million, with three households $500 million, with four households $700 million, with office $900 million, with mortgage value $80 million. Households cost $1 million each. Offices $100 million plus 4 households. If a player owns all the lots of any color group, the rent is doubled on unimproved lots in that group. Oxygen was placed second. I don't know why. iVillage.com is actually my second. Oxygen would be my third favorite if I were to rate them all in a group. Your card must be turned this side if your property is mortgaged. So if you mortgage E Online for $80 million, you would have it on this side here for display. So yeah, I will definitely be on the hunt for E.com, eonline.com, if I was to ever play this. Which would be very soon, inevitably. Because for those who think surfing the web too much is a bit dangerous, and it kind of is. Well, this is a fun alternative way for you to do that. Now let's take a look at the board. And this is one of the coolest looking boards I have ever seen in a game, Monopoly or otherwise. Have a look at that. We'll zoom out in a second, I just want to get this on. So, have a look at that. We have all the websites circling the game board, which is square. Yahoo, Excite at Home, AT&T, Lycos, Alta Vista, Ask Jeeves. Turn around, we have CBS Market Watch, Sun Microsystems, Monster.com, E-Trade, Sprint, CNET, About.com, Rudder.com. Turn it again, we got eBay. Right here, eBay, Expedia.com, Priceline.com, MCI WorldCom, eOnline, my favorite. Its price $160 million. Each website, by the way, lists the price down below, how much it's worth. Games.com, Linux, Shockwave.com, and I visited Shockwave.com back when it was active, and it still is, but active for me at least. And it was a fun gaming website. iVillage.com, Oxygen, Yahoo, GeoCities, Nokia, FoxSports.com, and Sportsline.com. Collect $200 million salary as you pass go. And of course, if you land in jail, you collect nothing at all. Have a look at the center of the board. Monopoly. Here we have broadcast quality graphics. You see all these graphics here? They're made to resemble as if Monopoly.com edition would actually be a game show that you would broadcast, or some kind of corporate trade presentation for Hasbro when they pitched this to mass retail markets. I should say that this is no longer in mass production. I apologize for that gaffe. in the intro, but I was surprised to see this. One last time, have a look at the center of the game board as we wrap up this review. This space, by the way, is where you would put your download cards, and the just-in cards go in this space. You get copyright information on 3 out of the 4 sites for the websites. Actually, 2 for the websites, and 1 for Hasbro and Monopoly itself. And that's about it. The tokens for the houses and hotels, the house and hotel tokens, as well as the die, are contained in this plastic bag. And we have 2 die in here, and they both serve important purposes. Monopoly.com. By the way, is there a website called Monopoly.com? There ought to be, because Monopoly is such a popular game, one of the first board games ever invented in America. And it's been so popular, there's been several iterations, too many to name at this point. And I will definitely be hunting down more as time goes on. But anyway, I realize this review is kind of long-winded. Oh, Mr. Monopoly! Can't forget you, buddy. So we'll just close this up by simply showing you the backside and getting extremely disorganized internally yet again. There you go. Browse, surf, buy, sell, own it all on the net. Monopoly, the .com edition, launches the world's most popular game into the world of e-commerce. As you travel the board, you'll buy and sell today's hottest websites to build your personal empire of virtual real estate. You're after the top net companies. Those portals, search engines, news, information, entertainment, shopping, business, ISP, and connectivity providers that are now household names. In this edition, newbie Mr. Monopoly has a computer. Land on the space he's on, and you'll see Cyberchase control in action. Land on download or email just in and draw a card. Will you collect $100 million day trading? Get in on a startup and pocket $200 million? Or lose your internet connection and land in jail? Worse yet, you might receive email of useless jokes and go back 3 spaces. Even in the risk-intense world of the web, every time you pass go, you'll collect $200 million, today's starting.com salary. So pick a computer token, log on, and hyperlink your way to overnight fame and fortune with Monopoly, the .com edition. This gets 4.5 out of 5 bucks. If you've never played Monopoly before, this would be an awesome way to start off. This will allow you to surf the web in style and safely, I might add. Just make sure in the process that you and your co-players don't drown in debt. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the flip side. Yep, that's a mess. But believe you me, it's worth it.